It is time, I believe, to move on to our... Sorry, it's me. I realise, usually after the joke it goes back to you guys, it's still me. When I told my parents I wanted to be a comedian, they were less than impressed, but I reckon that chat probably went a little rougher for our next guest.
There's not many places in the world where a bloke from Adelaide can find fame as a cross-dressing wrestler and metal musician. But thankfully, Japan is one of them. After becoming a fully-fledged Japanese idol, releasing music and starring in movies, Ladybeard has been helping out some other Aussies who want to make it big in Japan.
For everyone who doesn't know who Dave is, this is Dave, and that's also Dave there. He's the guinea pig.
In an effort to make their mate Dave famous, 3 filmmakers have packed up their lives and moved to Japan to learn from the best.
I've never probably been able to get things done in Australia.
Would you please welcome Ladybeard?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Welcome back to the project. We first met you, Ladybeard, in 2016. How are things tracking in the Ladybeard universe these days?
Oh, the Ladybeard universe is pure madness all the time. But look, 2017 was a huge one. Started a new idol project called Deadlift Lolita with a bodybuilding idol called Psyche Reka. That's been fantastic. Just been in Australia for my first ever Australia tour, promoting the film big in Japan. It's pure chaos. It's pure chaos in Ladybeard land.
Ladybeard, with those ponytails, you actually look like a goal shooter that I played against in the 90s. So
Did you score / defend against this goal shooter?
I stopped her scoring. It was my job. But anyway, so let's speak about your job. Let's speak about your job. It is a bit bizarre. So what do you put on the form when you come through passport control as your job?
Normally I write ass kicker, but I've been pulled up for that and asked for more specification. So I then write cross-dressing pro wrestler heavy metal singer.
Ladybeard, when was the first time you ever put on a dress?
First time I ever put on a dress when I was 14 years old, and since I'm an eternally 5-year-old girl, I'm not sure how that quite worked. But I went to a birthday party at age 14 and I wore my big sister's school dress, and it was the greatest night of my life. And so I started at age 14, haven't looked back since.
Ladybeard, was it a dress-up party, or did you just do your dax and needed something to wear?
It's the second one.
OK, good. Hey, I wanted to know, you are in this new doco that we're talking about, Big in Japan. It was about a local kid who goes over to Japan to make it big. When you first met him, what did you think his chances were?
Oh, look, well, I think his chances were quite high, to be honest. He's a hilarious character. He's full of charisma. He's one of the most unique-looking individuals I've ever met. So I thought his chances were honestly quite good. And he did a decent job, I got to tell you, a decent job of getting famous over in Japan, young Dave.
Ladybeard, there are some really emotional moments in the film where you talk about your past. What did you find in Japan that you weren't getting here in Australia?
Well, I think in Japan there's a certain... respect for uniqueness in a way that doesn't necessarily exist in Australia. I think in Australia, at the times, we sort of have our tall poppy thing going on, don't we? So if someone's kind of doing something interesting, we sort of want to remind them, all right, well, just, you know, don't get too big for your boots. The Japanese kind of are on the other side of the spectrum. They see something interesting and unique, and they want to build it up as much as they can. So, that's been one of the very interesting contrasts between Australian and Japanese culture for me.
So you've come home for a bit. Have you been recognised while you've been in Australia?
Yeah! It's hard to miss. Hard to miss, young lady. Hard to miss.
I noticed at the start you're using some of the sort of Japanese hand gestures. From your time over there, have you figured out what they mean?
Japanese hand gestures? I can tell you this one's the ninja one. I got to get it right. This one's the ninja one. Very, very popular. If you see someone doing this on the other side of the road, like if you're waiting to cross the street and there's a man doing this, you got to run in the other direction. He's coming straight at you. That means death. It's over. It's over.
To find out where you can see Ladybeard in the new doco Big in Japan, head to the links page on our website. Would you please thank Ladybeard?
Thank you very much for